Record better audio anywhere with Motive digital microphones from Shure. Easy-to-use options like the MV88 plug directly into your phone or computer and include a free app. Create studio-quality sound for podcasts, music, and videos. Visit Shure.com to learn more.
Hey, Pistol.
Hey, Dagger.
Know what time it is?
Yeah, it's gotta be about 3 o'clock.
No, dumbass. It's time for the Pistol and Dagger Society, presented by Meltdown Comics. We hit the LA streets to fill the kitchen table seats. Our guests live really cool lives, and we ask a bunch of questions about it the entire time. And welcome back to the Pistol and Dagger Society, presented by Meltdown Comics.
Who are you? Who are you to say something like that?
My name is Sadie Mae.
She's the Dagger of Pistol and Dagger.
And who are you?
I'm. Who do we decide I am? Am I Jack Dempsey or
You're
Ken
everybody.
Goldstein? Who have we? I am every person. And
So-
I'm the Pistol of Pistol and Dagger,
And
as well as.
Ken Goldstein and Jack Dempsey. And who's the other voice?
Oh yeah, who's that other
Wednesday's
voice?
finest. I still
Right.
haven't told you about that, or maybe I have. I don't even know what.
Maybe
I tell you.
tonight's the night you tell us about Wednesday's finest.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Because my name is Adam, and what is really important is we have a cool guest here.
We do have a cool guest here.
So
and actually, he's
cool.
on a very, is it apropos day when something is sort of feels significant? This is the day George Martin has died, right?
100%. Yeah.
And listen to the accent on this kid. And
Hi.
This is our friend, this is our new friend Luke. He's in from over the pond, and I don't mean Seattle.
No.
Did I just bum you out on the beginning of this?
No, I'm just trying to think about what you said. And
Well, it's apropos.
what pond?
You're losing everybody.
What pond? What pond?
The
I don't know,
ocean,
the
Adam.
ocean.
Yeah, but
The Atlantic
exactly.
Ocean.
yeah, but
The
if we're in
ocean.
Los Angeles and Seattle is north of us, there's no pond that we're going
There's
over.
a million ponds between
Oh,
here
that
and
is-
Seattle. Just FYI.
Okay,
I have a pond in my backyard.
that's
That's broken and hasn't ran in
Still
years.
there.
so. Who do we have here?
Well, we have our new friend Luke,
Yes.
who we
Who
have
is
the
Luke?
great pleasure of
It
meeting
is
tonight.
wonderful to be here. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Luke, yeah.
So
that's
Luke
funny.
is he's a young man from England, and he sings in a little band called the Kooks. Did you start the
Yeah,
Kooks? Was that
exactly.
your?
I have a lot of
Yes,
questions about the Kooks.
Absolutely.
Listen,
yeah,
I want to
it-
apologize. When we met the other day, we were at a barbecue at a mutual friend of ours' house, and you just seemed like a cool dude on a couch. I didn't know this whole incredible world that you have created, and so on the drive back from that place, we started listening to everything, and we can swear, right?
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. Like, I have your songs in my head, and so much. You guys did so much cool stuff. Because it's been like a decade of the Kooks, right?
It has, yeah. Thanks for the kind words. Like, you sent me a message. I mean, and like, not at all. I mean, I was really. I never expect people to know us so much in the US, even though we've done stuff here. But yeah, 10 years. You know, it's like it feels weird.
I'm from Alabama,
very weird.
and we listen to you down there. So
Okay, great.
you travel.
Did you listen to him when you were growing up?
Yeah.
What was the first song you listened to of his?
I think it Naive probably, or She Moves Her Own Way.
Oh yeah,
Either
that's
of
old
those,
school.
yeah.
That's the roots.
And when
Yeah.
did that come out? When did that come out?
I mean, that was like 2006 or 7.
Sadie was 4.
High
at the
school.
time.
Yeah, and
High school, you guys.
And
Not
so
four.
I was
was
still in
Luke.
my 40s.
All right, assholes. Anyway,
And so was Luke. I mean, you guys. What? I mean, you guys are both super young, right?
Did you start this in
I
high
hope
school?
everybody's envisioning you guys with gray hair and wrinkles right now.
Then they would be envisioning Ken.
It would be correct.
I do too, man.
Well, you're in your 30s
I mean,
now, but you started in your 20s,
21.
yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it was so young. I mean, you asked if it was high school. It was like, I actually had a band in high school that we called the Basement Band because we rehearsed in the basement. It was
Nice.
terrible band.
That couldn't happen in LA because we don't have basements.
You don't.
No.
They don't exist here.
Garages.
You got
could have been a
cellars?
garage band.
I bet
What about a
somebody's got a
larder?
basement.
What's a larder?
A larder.
larder.
Yeah,
What
what's
is
a
that?
larder?
It's quite a British thing, actually. A larder is like where it's like naturally cold, where they used to keep all the food.
You could
We
say
have those
crawdad
refrigerators.
and
I
it would
think you're
sound
talking about a
British.
refrigerator.
It's
Oh.
like- no, but before
In America.
refrigerator.
No, the larder. That makes sense. Now I know why there's a restaurant called the Larder
There you go.
in Beverly Hills.
That's what you
It's
realized
like-
just then.
And like at my granny's house, like which is an old house in the
It's like-
countryside, they have a larder, and it used to keep things like cold rather.
Cute.
Well, tell us. So, where did you grow up? Where were you born? Where did you go to school?
I'm
Because we know all about London. or
I
England.
know about London.
Some
I lived
people
there.
do.
All right, I don't.
Alabama.
All right,
Roll
guys.
Tide.
Just to get to
It's
London.
very
Roll
similar
Tide.
to
Roll
Alabama.
Tide.
You've
But
been to
you're a
London,
fan,
haven't
aren't
you?
you?
I'm a big fan of London. I was actually telling Luke off
Yeah,
mic
yeah.
that I've been there the last 2 summers, and it's one of my favorite cities. I will also
I do love
say,
hearing that, I must admit.
yeah, I will say that the weather has been immaculate every time I've been there, and every time I have been there
lucky,
and
man.
said, yes, exactly. That's what I said. I said, this is the greatest city. I love the
Dude,
weather.
We're obsessed.
Yeah, they're like, you're very lucky because this does not happen all the time. I said, it's blue skies, hot. Yeah, it's unbelievable. But I can imagine that even in the rain, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah,
Although-
London's a vibe. I mean, I still feel like it's all round. It's like the coolest place to live, probably. But I mean,
Is that where you grew up? Did you grow up in London?
yeah, I did. Yeah, in South London, Forest Hill, which is like bit of a.
Is that where
bit
Hugh
of a
Grant
shithole.
lived in? Oh, no, it was Notting Hill.
I actually live in Notting Hill now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Although like, it got really pricey because all the Americans watched that film.
All the Americans.
Not only Americans.
Me mostly.
Friend
I
No,
watched that
probably,
film.
yeah.
It's like,
I do
Kenny's
think
watched
that's
it
a
a few
perfect
times.
film, by the way. I do want to say.
it's a great film.
perfect. I mean, that. Have you ever seen About a Boy?
Yeah.
It's a. I mean, regardless of if you like this movie, it is a perfect start to finish
Yeah.
film. Music, the way it looks, the
So is Garden
storyline.
State.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't
So
know.
was this first Star Trek that came out?
All right, anyways, back to Luke.
Yeah.
What, First Contact?
No, the first one that came out that J.J. Abrams made.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
It was a
yeah.
great movie.
This
That's
last
also
one.
very cool,
No,
man.
The first one.
gotcha. Yeah.
So before we get back to Luke, let's just let everyone know what's going on here. So this is the Pistol Dagger Society. And
Pistol and Dagger Society.
Yes.
Correction.
Sorry.
Pistol
It's
Dagger is
written right
actually
on your
a thing, by the
koozie.
way.
Yeah,
That is a
it's,
thing.
There are koozies for sale.
Yeah,
I
we
want to
have
say that,
koozies.
Adam, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there is a thing called a pistol dagger, and it's
It's a
an
pistol
old
with a
14th
dagger
century
edge.
tool
Really?
with a
Yeah,
dagger
right.
I thought
edge.
that was a musket and a
They have those
No, they have
too.
those
That's
too.
the rifle with the
bayonet.
sword. Yeah.
bayonet.
And those,
And so what we do here weekly is have a few cocktails,
which we've done.
and are doing.
Or like just very odd versions of ale.
Yes.
Ayo.
Ginger, pineapple. What's the deal with the pineapple?
Apple.
I'm not sure about the pineapple.
Is that what they're saying in that Beatles song when they go ayo?
Wait, what?
The
Ale.
Beatles song.
They say a lot of mad stuff.
Ayo.
I mean, one of their songs started with fried eggs, didn't it? Scrambled eggs. I am actually really sad today. I must
Yeah,
admit.
it's very-
like really affected me. I heard last night about George Martin, and
Did you know him?
no, I didn't know him. My mum's my uncle, my mum's cousin, first cousin.
It seems like everyone
was
from
quite
England
close
is
to me.
connected somehow to the Beatles.
Well, yeah, we kind of are. I mean, you do, I mean, I met Paul McCartney for the first time recently, which was
What
I think everyone
you could compare.
All right,
like
wait,
that?
around.
Does your
Press
music get
pause. I'm pressing pause real quick because I do want to hear this story. But I just want everyone to know what we're doing here. And I want Luke to know what we're doing here. Because
Yes,
this
carry on.
is
Thank you, Adam.
a great show that we have recently started. And it is the brainchild of Pistol and Dagger. And what we do basically is just hang out, talk to people in the music world, find out a little bit about what's going on.
And we get a little nerdy with them.
And get nerdy with them because that is really the connection between music, nerd culture, which is essentially the same thing. Do you love your music?
Obsessions.
Obsession. Do you want to read about it? Do you want to get
Passions.
into it?
Same
Do you want to
thing.
express your passion?
Passion's
That's
different
what
than
the Pistol
obsession.
and Dagger Society is about. That's what we're continually doing. And so, Luke,
sounds confrontational.
yeah, man,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I like it. Let's get deep.
So
yeah.
I actually would like to, before we start, because
No.
Yeah.
Actually,
I will get another drink.
Here's what I want you to do.
Hold that thought.
Tell us who the show's sponsored by.
Oh, actually, today.
Besides Meltdown Comics.
Today we
on
are
Sunset Boulevard.
graciously sponsored by Fresh Brothers Pizza,
Woo!
who is
Can't wait for that to get here.
also have been
great
very
things.
supportive of our music and lovely people who make an amazing pizza.
Delicious.
Which I grew up with them, the people that own it, in my small town in Illinois. So it's actually the recipe from our small town.
Nice. And so Fresh Brothers will be delivering tonight.
In about 30
Yeah, you're
minutes.
probably gonna hear more.
Awesome. All right. So, and what'd you order?
Well, we don't. That's the great thing about it. We just tell him how many people are coming, and
Surprise!
we tell him the kind of mood it is, and he makes the food per the mood we
Per
describe.
mood?
It's like
Wow.
Jiro dreams of sushi, man.
There you
It's
go.
what?
You know, like that film, Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
Yes,
No,
I do.
don't.
That's
great,
a comic book,
great
I think,
movie.
too.
Is it a comic as well?
I think so.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I've only seen the documentary. Yeah, I mean it's like philosophy with sushi. It's amazing.
One
isn't
drink
it?
down, going to the next.
So we have Luke
Did
here.
you just look at your watch already?
No, because I'm gonna.
Slap him. He has the koozie.
I'm about to look at Jiro sushi thing and show the comic book. Come on. I'm trying to stay relevant. And so, Luke, you're here from London, as we discussed.
Yes.
You're in the Kooks,
Yes.
and somehow
the Kooks.
You are the Kooks. Tell me about the Kooks, because I don't know about the Kooks.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've gone through many phases, and we've had member changes and things like this, and yeah, at this point, I mean, I'm actually really out here just trying to broaden what I do outside of the band, but the guys are
That was
amazing.
going to be
you know,
my question.
We are like we're tight. One of the great things about our band that I love is that we're all genuinely really good mates. Like really genuinely, it's really cool. You don't see that often. Bands know each other for 10 years, but we had some bad times, you know.
Why'd you just punch me? Because we're best
Hey,
friends.
friend.
No way.
See, I'm showing him get Jiro.
That is cool. I need to go. Oh, Anthony Bourdain, of course.
Yeah, it's a comic book.
Wicked.
Nerd stuff. So the Kooks,
Yeah.
what's the name?
So the Kooks is from a David Bowie song called Kooks off Hunky Dory. And I was saying earlier, so like when I was in the basement band, my girlfriend at the time was like, you should call the band the Kooks, and then no one liked it, the name.
Really?
And so then I carried them. I went to Brighton, and I decided to form a band called the Kooks, and found some dudes. They found me. It was kind of quite cool, and we just our concept was really at the beginning. We wanted to be like a modern beat band, you know, like we loved like the Kinks and the Beatles and
Gotcha.
very classic music, and we wanted to do that kind of thing. So it was
Success.
Well, that actually I was asking you. So did you get compared early on to groups like the Beatles and the Stones and stuff? Because you seem to have that vibe.
We did. I mean, the kid, you know, it's cool, man. Like the Stones, like we're not doing some shows with them, and like
You played with the Stones?
yeah, and like Ray Davies came on stage and played with us. Like so at that time, like we got.
I just want to stress in the last 10 minutes, he's hung out with Paul McCartney. He's played with the Rolling Stones.
I'm British, man.
right,
and apparently they are all connected.
Well, the Stones thing.
We're
was
like that in
funny.
America too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know
6 people.
whose names cannot be disclosed at this time.
Right.
Keep going, Luke.
Well, no, I'm not. You know, I hate to feel any.
No,
I
we
feel like
love
name
it.
dropping.
Tell
It's
us.
just that
Name drop,
you know,
name drop.
You're saying because yeah, when the band dropped, definitely people were like, oh, okay, this is a band that is in the Britpop lineage basically, and carrying on that kind of mentality, and so we had a lot of love from that side of things and a bit of the older generation, which was super cool for us because that's the music we grew up on.
Well, that's what I got, by the way, when I listened to it. This was your group was the first group. I mean, Oasis, I thought had it for a minute.
Yeah.
But nobody has had it since, and then that's why I obsessed on your stuff for 24 hours after we met
That's
you.
cool, man, yeah.
Because it was like it filled a void for me that I haven't heard in any band.
Wow,
that's been able
cool.
to do it, except that one Oasis song, and then they fucked it up.
Well, they had 2 great albums.
Which albums?
Well, definitely Maybe and What's the Story, Morning Glory are, in my opinion,
I
classics.
can't get past those.
I
that
think
one
they
song.
made great albums after that. Actually, I just think those 2 albums, personally, were just very much genius.
Popular.
Maybe didn't translate so well over here, but
I cannot talk in a British.
Actually, you're doing great.
Yeah, you did great.
Thank you.
Oh, that's
That was
southern.
like
That's very
southern.
southern. Yeah. So in the beginning, though, I saw something on the internet where it said you grew out of your boy band phase. Were you guys considered a boy band at first? Because you got your deal really
I think
fast,
so,
right?
Yeah, we were like, it was quick.
By the way, what instrument do you play?
Thank you, Adam.
You
No,
asking
you,
me?
You,
Luke.
Luke.
Okay.
Yeah, we already know each other.
It was just like you were just vacantly staring off.
Yeah,
does
but
that.
He does that.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. That's the beauty of what I do. You can't tell.
He's a talk show ninja.
The audience thinks I'm looking at you.
You should just do like, a Jeff Lynne and just always wear sunglasses.
Yeah, exactly.
You should do that, man.
Then you would get my cues,
really would,
apparently.
Whoa,
All right, so what instrument do you
So
play?
I play guitar mainly, and I sing. I'm the singer in the band, and then I play piano, drums, stuff as well. I'm quite happy. I played quite a lot of drums on the new album. This was really,
Sweet.
really fun.
Do you write all the songs?
Yeah. But I mean, the guys. I mean, it's like, you know, I love working with the guys, and like Hugh, the guitar player, he's had a couple of songs on albums and stuff. But generally I do, and I've got a songwriting partner who is the producer, who we kind of work together. I sort of get involved in the production with him. He does the writing. We have this, you know, he's definitely a massive part of it now. But that's the last album, this one.
So was he around from the beginning? Was he in
No, just the last album.
Can I ask, what was the stuff you were playing at the barbecue the other day? Is that solo stuff or future Kooks or?
That was
Future Kooks.
The new Kooks. Yeah,
Sweet.
That's the new band name.
Future Kooks.
Future Kooks. But no, that was you guys. That was the first time I played anyone. I haven't played, like, only me and Inflo, the producer, have heard that. So it was cool to play it.
Sounds great.
Are you here
I'm
writing?
excited.
You're here to get inspired and to write and stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, in New York I was. I mean, here I'm in LA too. I want to work with some up and coming artists, so I'm trying to get into songwriting.
You mean songwriting with other people?
With
Like
other
with
people.
us?
God, I wish that he knew some songwriters here
I know, right?
in this room.
Sitting at this
I
table
am
across the
down
table from you.
now.
I think this is a given, though. I'm assuming that we're going to actually.
So when with your stuff, when you, like you were saying, you're going to New York after this.
Yes. Yeah.
So are you to get inspired? Are you just out having experiences, or is it just walking around and looking at life?
I have a really weird life, man. Like, honestly, I have a really weird life.
Define
in my
weird.
head. And weird is a lazy term, but I just when I write, I really like my solitude. So like, I just went to New York and I was there for 2 weeks on my own, and I basically didn't see anyone. And I mean, the weirdest thing to go to New York, but it was kind of cool because I was kind of like on this kind of weird, and that's why I say weird. I was trying to get myself into what I would call a weird state, because I you know what, I'm pushing on this like, I wanted to only work on lyrics. So I would spend half the day doing the lyrics, and then I would like write, and that's where I wanted to change on this album. You know, I know how to do music. I can play guitar well, but the lyrics, I was like, you know, just questioning, like, what am I trying to say? What do I want to do? You know, and I had a few, you know, like I said on my message, it's just a bit of a mad time for me, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's like I spent like literally 7 days. I didn't say a word to anyone in New York. It wasn't like I've done that when I've gone to like India or something, but like in New York, and it was quite a cool experience. It was like your brain's being like sort of pulled like this,
right?
You know, like a kind of.
Wait, are you recognized a lot when you're out on the streets?
No, every now and then.
But in London,
but not really.
So give me.
Not really anymore, man. No. Sometimes, but not often.
So you're in New York,
which is cool.
You're in
it was a pain in the arse.
solitary New York, which is crazy to think about.
People feel very solitary in New York.
Well, I could imagine, because it could be so overwhelming, the amount of people and the amount.
Yeah, I hung out in my room a lot in New York.
So give me a lyric what's the best lyric, or the most lyric, or the lyric that you remember that you wrote while you were in New York, and what you were feeling when you wrote it. Can you do that?
I wrote oh god, I can't remember off the top of my head the exact words, but I mean, I had, I wrote this one tune that I was writing about basically being like caught like on the top of a mountain, and you know you're gonna die, and it's like that kind of coming to peace with that situation. But
accepting?
I
Is that why you like the Kilimanjaro story in my book?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm small.
I read
that years ago.
You're actually the first person that's read that version.
No way.
Of it, yes, I sent him a Leopard in the Snow.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I mean, I was like, you know, wanted to read on. It's very infectious, and interesting for me as well, because a lot of it resonated with stuff that I've been thinking about recently, and yeah, like there's maybe similarities. I think maybe we will go through that, where you sort of try and work out like why you feel a certain way a lot of the time, and why. Yeah, and like a lot of that's why I think, you know, people write songs a lot of the time. It's because you're trying to like figure that out, and that's why you share it, and people
So
songs.
accepting death on a mountaintop. Well,
Well, yeah, it's
what
like
are
a
you
beautiful
feeling
sentiment.
there?
That's like a metaphor for something, I'm guessing.
Death.
I mean,
Death's a metaphor for death.
Yeah,
I mean, where
Acceptance.
why is it acceptance? Is it acceptance of a bigger thing? Is it a message to people?
Equilibrium.
Yeah, I
Balance.
mean, I actually went quite into kind of like environmental stuff in the lyrics, but not particularly preachy. Just basically, one of the lyrics that I think is really cool is like, it's like, we were given paradise and we gave it away. It's like this kind of like looking at the world like we were given this kind of like utter dream, and then we've just been hell bent on destroying it. It's kind of
Right.
But then when you're on top of the mountain and then you just let that go, and I don't know, it's kind of like, with songs, I never try and go too deep into the meaning to begin with, and it was just, that's where I started, and I was just trying to make some cool lyrics with
Yeah.
it. But that bit came along, and then I was like, you're giving it all away, and it's something that I think I just think about all the time, and it was cool to I mean, I often go in like to start writing love songs. Like every time I go and write a tune, it's like, I love me do, love it, you love it.
That's what Kenny does every time.
What?
Well,
But I made a decision to stop taking out my pain on my guitar about a decade ago.
Yeah,
Because I was a songwriter who, anytime anything went wrong in my life, there'd be a 10-minute epic, very hard to listen to song that I would force people to listen to.
I know. I always like those songs.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I search for, and that's a lot of what I write.
Right. I mean, I think that is what, me, not the musician, I want to
Bullshit,
listen
Adam.
to.
Yeah, bullshit. By the way, Adam was over at my place the other night, and he went into a bit of a rap that he created. And I
rap.
actually played a guitar part behind it.
Yeah, it was
so you
awesome.
can no longer not say that you're a musician, because that was...
He's a rapper.
You're definitely
MC.
you're definitely a spoken word artist.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
question.
Thank you, man.
know?
Well, either way, the bottom line
We are
is-
going to ask you to do that here, by the way.
Boy. And I don't mind.
By the way, that's the key to the whole thing. Is it's absurd if you have something to say to not say it.
Right. But I think that, like with Luke, what you were saying about the environment, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I want to hear. I want to hear music with a message. I've always
totally.
loved that.
I mean, I think it's like when you
Oh my
I
God.
think music is an escape.
For me, hip hop
It's
is my
both.
thing. And it's all, and I don't like nonsense hip hop that's escaping, talking about partying and this and
Yeah.
that. Although I don't mind.
I see what you're saying.
But I want the message. I want to fight the power. I want the
but you can have both. I mean, I think you have both, and I'll flip from that to another thing.
Right,
But
There's like hype music, and then there's like everything else.
But the greatest thing, so like what I've been listening to loads is like Marvin Gaye, when he got What's Going On, when he got to that point in his
that
life,
song.
yeah.
that album.
So
You should cover that song.
That song, well, that whole album.
That album is a masterpiece.
You put that song on, and you don't feel like someone's preaching at you. It's like
You
you
know
just
who's
think
on
this is
that
beautiful.
album?
It's
Yeah.
a great vibe. Everyone's dancing.
Sadie, I know who he has to meet because she's on that album.
Who?
Oh wow.
Brenda
Miss Brenda.
Brenda Lee.
We're gonna introduce you to somebody. A woman. I met her when I was 10 years old.
That sounds amazing. Wow.
What
did she
was,
play on it?
Well,
What
she
thing?
back in the 1960s. She was with Jerry Butler, and they had a couple of hit
yeah.
songs together. And then she was with the staple singers Diana Ross.
She's from my neck of the
Prince.
woods.
She actually wrote a one-woman show that I helped her write, and we produce it in town. We haven't done it in a while, but we're going to do it in April again, called Grace. And she talks about growing up in the cotton fields of Alabama and making it to the stage at the Apollo, and then all the hit records she had with Prince and everybody, and then kind of where she's at in her life now. And but it's interesting because I think part of what made Marvin Gaye's music so amazing was the scene that they were in too.
Yes.
So you
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
isolating yourself.
But do you mean from Motown onwards?
No, I
Or
mean the
do you
scene
from
here
Motown
that they were-
onwards?
that they
Oh,
were
here, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I also think the world that he inhabited, and I don't know. I get as the stuff that I write is very influenced by the world that I'm surrounded
Yeah,
by.
yeah.
So I'm kind of the Assassin's Creed version of it. I immerse myself in the crowd. So you would be that guy. We got Assassin's Creed on in the background here. You'd be looking over the crowd right now. I'd be in it,
Right.
writing. Whatever. I'm tying Assassin's Creed into it because it's in my brain.
And that's
Sadie
what you
Mae's
are, a stream of
scolding me right now.
consciousness.
So how are the songs coming in? How do you know when it's the right 10 songs for a record? Do you guys do records or do you
Can you ask
singles?
one question?
I got a lot of questions.
We're doing a whole album, and actually that's quite a relevant
Thank
question
you.
for me because we talked a lot about the modern way of things, and it's so cool to like. And I mean, you guys, I don't know exactly how you guys do it, but your music, you can put it out like just a couple of songs, or it's so. And we just left our record company, which is quite exciting for us.
Who are you
means
with?
more freedom. We used to be with Virgin, which went from like it was crazy. It's like EMI, and then it was owned by like a bit like Citibank.
Have you seen Artifact?
No.
30 Seconds to Mars. It's all about their breakaway from EMI.
Okay.
And the downfall of EMI.
That's an awesome movie.
Yeah, wow, I need to see that. Well, we were caught right in the middle of that, and I think it really affected our second and third album in a big way. What was going on with our label. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, we are funding the whole album ourselves. We're doing it all on our own back, and we were talking, me and Flo particularly, and the guys in the band, obviously, we were talking about what direction we want to go in and stuff, and we've just gone really, we recorded to tape, we did everything like as a full album, and it's just a vibey record, we're not like chasing any kind of hit, and like what we did, which was really, really fucking cool on this album, was like I didn't like stress myself out with like the lyrics and the melodies. We just got these like magic. We just wanted to find these like like you hear like you don't hear it anymore. All you hear is like you do hear it actually. I'm there's
hear
like
the
bands
hits,
that I do
the
love
formula.
that do it, but like we're trying to find magic chemistry between a band in a room and everything's live. So once we got that, then we were like, okay, we got this whole track which we can edit, and then I can do stuff on top. So that's how the songs have come together, and it was a bit shaky when I first got to New York, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like,
you have the tracks.
Oh yeah.
So
I work on
your
computer,
headphones, and you can just walk around.
Well, I have like I can use like Logic, so I just have the stems, and I can just play with it myself. So I can do the arrangements, and I can do it all from home.
So is your fan base super loyal? Like you have a very loyal, hardcore fan base?
Yeah, I'd say we do. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty amazing, man. I mean, we're not like we can play most places still, which is great, and they're cool. We're very lucky actually. I feel like I never actually really say that because I always feel embarrassed to say it, but it's like we do have like really cool
this is
fans.
a big thing that I'm about right now, and my big agenda for 2016 is to convince people that it's okay to celebrate your life. Celebrate the things that you love about yourself. It's ridiculous that people don't. That's why I always talk to you about like celebrate the shit that's going on with you on social media. Enjoy it. People, if you're celebrating, you're coming from a point of non-ego and complete celebration. You're happy. People love it. It's when it's like not celebrating and you're needing attention, and it's like with you, if you have a fantastic fan base that will support you, fucking celebrate it. It's amazing.
But I've gone through some stuff which I know a lot of people do go through, like especially with in Britain, we have this thing. There's a lot of like, they love you, then they don't love you, and like we had such a massive first album. I mean, like in England, it was such a big deal, and then
how big was the first record?
I mean, it
huge.
It's like second biggest selling album. Like,
Bam.
Huge.
Second biggest selling album in
that
ever?
year.
Oh, that year.
Ever? No,
Gina?
just that year. No, it was. I'm not. It was like it was. There was a moment where we were everywhere, and we had like 3 singles out, and it was crazy, and it was cool. It was good. But it was very difficult when that didn't happen again on the second album.
Right.
And that didn't happen for us. So you see bands like Arctic Monkeys came out the same day as us.
Oh shit! Really?
We came out same year, and they, obviously.
I remember reading about Arctic Monkeys and Nylon in high school, and I looked them up. It was like their first album, first single. I didn't realize that was right when you guys came out too.
Yeah, and awesome band, and they there's other bands, but I always would say them because literally that was right when we came out, and it was just like a different experience for us. We had a guy who was like majorly into majorly into drugs, and we had to kick him out. That was really difficult. You imagine you're on the road and your managers and everyone are telling you, go tour America, don't go to America, and they send us like some dude we've never met to fill in, and then we were just like drinking loads. So we had some trials and tribulations, put it that way.
Did you have a big tour in America?
We were just always on the road, man. I mean, like it was.
Who'd you tour? Who's your favorite?
Days a year we were doing gigs,
Did you tour with anybody that you got?
He opened for
super
the Rolling Stones.
I mean, but
was that a tour?
No, they actually asked us to do a tour.
Thank you, Adam.
We just did. It's a weird one. Like, it's a very famous thing people say, but it's not the greatest gig for the band supporting. I mean, it was hilarious, man. You got to remember, like, we played like Millennium Stadium and the O2 in London, and it was like your band's playing, and you think like we're like the young Pretenders, you know. And then it's like you're like, I'm doing my little Jagger moves to try and like make sure mixes, and then it's like all you see is these guys who've got caps that just say like, you know, Rolling Stone tour 1974. And they just do not care about some young band. You know? So it's weird, and the lights are up. So it was. I did it. But I actually have a cool story with it because my dad died when I was a kid, but he was a musician, and that's always been one of my connections with my dad throughout my life. But his band supported the Stones in the 60s in Bristol.
Wow.
So that meant a lot to me because it was like, you know, obviously we would have done it anyway, but it was like quite an emotional thing. So when I met like Charlie and the guys, I was like asking, and I didn't ask because obviously I know they wouldn't know, but I just went, I just want to say, and it was cool because
They must have been touched by that story.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
That's
awesome. I
awesome.
talked to Charlie Watts about it, and he was super sweet and just like, yeah, man, like back then, he just told me a funny story about when he had to knock someone out because like all the rest of the band ran away in Bristol. He told me the story like some kids would like came over and he was just like, yeah, and then we were in Bristol and then Mick and Keith just disappeared and I had to knock him out. He's a bit of a bruiser, Charlie.
Have you seen this film called Exile on Main Street or Stones in Exile?
Stones in Exile, yeah.
God, that was amazing.
My God, anyone who's listening who hasn't seen that should watch it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was a game changer.
it's one of the greatest documentaries about an album, possibly of all time. I mean, it's super.
What's it called again?
No. Stones in Exile.
Kenny has it. He'll give it to you.
It's
I
like
won't
when
part with that ever. It's like When We Were Kings.
To what?
yeah.
Have you guys seen When We Were Kings?
Amazing film, of course. Yeah.
That was the one when I was your age that turned my path completely around, because there's a moment. Do you guys know this movie When We Were Kings, about Muhammad Ali's fight in Zaire?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's James Brown and the dudes in the jungle.
Well, you know that moment when all the little African children are around him and they're all screaming Ali Boumaye, and you could see Ali in his mind realize that he was no longer a person, but he was a concept.
Right. Yeah.
And I was 31 years old when I saw it, and it was the film that made me go, I really need to re-examine where I'm heading with my life. That was the big change for me.
Wow.
And then it took 9 years to discover the stuff I discovered.
Yeah.
And to ultimately find my peace now. But yeah, When We Were Kings. Highly recommend.
Very, very cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Adam, what are you staring at right now? I'm just curious.
I kind of stare off and listen. It
You
helps
thinking
me
about
focus.
Batman?
Probably.
He thinks about Batman all the time. We all do.
Do you want to just talk about Batman?
By the way,
I
did you see the
don't.
picture of Batman in my bathroom?
It's just the way my neck is facing the mic. I mean, that's how it is. I'm looking at this light switch over there because that's what I'm doing. But
It's
I'm
intense.
actually listening.
I mean, it's very intense the way
but
you're doing it.
Well, it's the way I can focus on everything.
Thank you
here.
for elaborating.
Yeah,
Anyways.
you did ask.
So now you're at this point in your life, you can pretty much do anything you want musically. Like, do you feel
I
unrestricted?
feel incredibly unrestricted. It's
It's a lovely sound.
Do you want a different chair?
Yes.
Hold
It's okay.
on.
Don't worry about it.
You feel incredibly unrestricted.
I do. Yeah, I do. I feel like, I mean, doing an album off your own steam, like even if you tell yourself before you're in control, there's deadlines and there's still like people wanting to come down and hear everything. I mean, like my manager was with me when you guys heard the tracks and he hadn't heard anything yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was the first time
level.
He looked pretty
yeah, it's the
surprised.
first time he'd heard anything from the new album.
And how did that go? How did he respond to it?
It's okay. It's
He thought it was great. He really liked it. I was like,
everybody did.
I was in the other room when you were playing that.
oh yeah.
Have you been singing in your hotel rooms and stuff? You're recording on your
Well,
own
yeah.
gear?
Basically, I rented like an apartment and I just did it. I rented some. So I borrowed some speakers off a friend, and then I would sit there and I've got like a mic and a little Apogee Duet and a laptop. I mean, it's all I need. I'm not like a very good engineer, so it doesn't sound right.
It does.
But
It does
It
what?
doesn't
It
sound.
sounds incredible. It's
Well-
got the magic. That's what Brendan said.
Well, thanks.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Kenny.
What's
Jesus
that
Christ,
about?
Kenny. Oh,
You
because
keep
I don't know how to
calling
say
him
his
Brendan.
name. I've known him a long
She
time.
blames
It's
everything.
Brandon.
Brandon.
I just because it's spelled Brendan. To
No,
me.
it's not. It's spelled Brandon.
We're talking about this wonderful producer Brandon.
He is
that we
such
all
a
know.
dude.
Yeah, we're doing it. We just did our first song with him. It was a song for Pistol and Dagger, which is our Americana act.
I really want to hear that.
That song?
Yeah.
Oh, we can play
Which
it for
song
you.
is it?
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
How
I really want to hear it.
was?
You want to hear how we sound it? How we play it?
How
Have
we
you guys-
sound it.
Yeah,
Do you want to hear how we sound
I'd love to.
He's never heard of.
But
Have
you guys
have you done this yet for me?
Yes.
You might have heard this
Probably.
song. But I was going to say
Wow.
tomorrow we'll record.
Yeah.
So we have two things that we do. We have the Pistol and Dagger, which is me and Sadie, and we sing and we're a duet.
So we don't have two things. Kenny has two.
Well, last year we recorded with a trio called Three on a Match, and we got a chance to do some really cool things back then. And now we're starting our own Pistol and Dagger empire with our own music. We do love writing for people too, so that's something
great.
that's a big passion of ours. And
hit me up.
Dude.
yeah, as a matter of
I
fact,
think we should swap songs.
As soon as we're done.
oh, you want to do a whole album of Pistol and Dagger songs?
I think
we'll do
why
Kooks.
not?
Actually,
You
did
can-
you
yeah.
happen to? We're going to.
He can do what he wants, by the way.
I
Did
actually
you
know
miss
your
that part?
What he
I
said
do
could
what I want.
Whatever, I do what I want. South
Unrestricted
Park,
was
anybody?
actually the word.
No? I just found out that we're playing in El Paso, Texas, at the bar that the song El Paso, the Marty Robbins song,
yeah.
was written for. We need to learn that song with Lucy
Have to.
LaForge, who
Have
we're
to
going
do.
on tour with.
When do you guys go on tour?
We leave the 13th, so we leave
Cool.
Sunday.
I really wanted to come see you guys, man.
Well, Friday night we're gonna play. There's gonna be 6 acts in town here. We do an evening in town in Los Angeles. If you're ever in LA, we call it Acoustic Royale, and we have 3 main acts that play, and then we invite our friends to come out. Whatever touring musicians are there. Like if you're there, we'd bring you up.
Yeah, I'm down, by the way. Us guys, if we're in town.
Yeah.
Well, all you have to do
Love
is
to
miss
do
your
that,
flight
yeah.
on Friday. You're just going to New York.
I could, yeah.
like a
it's
$50
true.
change
It's
fee. It's
true.
nothing.
That is true.
We can go to the
might
flea
have to look into
market.
it.
You
do all
might
sorts
have
of fun
to.
stuff.
I mean, I'm going to write, so I mean, I can write.
So you
here.
can.
Why don't you just take this
It's
house for
flexible.
2 weeks?
I just the
You
only
can
thing is the.
house
Take this
sit.
house for 2 weeks. We're leaving for 2 weeks. Take the house.
Are you?
Take the house. It's
Would you
awesome
take care of my
writing.
cat if I left him here with you?
Of course.
He's
That
Julio
would
and
be
he's
amazing.
No,
amazing.
seriously, cancel it. Stay. This place, it's so fun. And there's a
Wow.
vortex here, and there's horse stables and a lake. We live up by the Hollywood sign. I
It
live
is
up
an
by the Hollywood
amazing
sign.
place. Wow.
And we write. That's the main writing thing back
Seriously,
there.
if you stay here, I'll put Julio in here. All you have to do is put food down. That's it.
I'd love. I mean, one of the things about touring all the time, you don't get to have a pet.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would look after your cat very well. of
And
course.
Julio's amazing.
Cool.
So where else have you been?
You should literally cancel your trip. Stay here for 2 weeks. It's really.
I want to know where Luke's actually been, because obviously with
Ooh,
all
yeah.
this touring.
He's been around the world.
Everywhere.
Okay, so let
But
me.
the question is, where has he not been?
Well,
Jesus
not
Christ.
everyone
you see,
knows
there's
everything.
this new app that you can get, isn't there?
What's that?
There's a new app I really wanted to get where it shows you everywhere in the globe you've been.
Cool.
While you're going. So
So does geotagging.
I wish they had that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Are you
When
just
you
talking
take a
about it's just a
photo?
map? You can just put pins in a map.
Yeah, I'm not very.
All right, so what
technical,
place
dude.
do you like? Does it say what place you like the best? Do you like
You could
America? I
probably-
mean, you're a UK guy. Do you like America? Are you happy here?
I absolutely adore America, and I come here all the time. At Los Angeles, I find myself here all the time. The thing I don't like though is particularly is touring here. I think
Why?
touring here is really hard because there's a lot of reasons. Mainly because
Because of all the amazing women that throw themselves at you in small towns across America.
there's too many knickers, man.
You said knickers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nickajack man.
panties.
What's
Sorry,
that?
panties.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
that's
So-
to catch
Lives
a lot
matter.
of flying numbers. You know?
Yeah.
No, but it's a very grueling driving situation
'Cause it's
as
so
you
big.
guys know, because
Right.
you're touring, and it's like
I drove here.
You're-
to move here.
talking about you'll have like you don't in Europe. It's like you'll go overnight and then you're in another country as well, so it feels like you've got more movement.
Clearly, you've never been
and-
to the South here.
Not as much, no. We have, but we haven't toured it extensively, no.
That's
you
a whole
get,
different
you get
world.
to
Yeah, I
more
know it's a whole
states
different
and
world.
less.
But
Yeah,
I
right,
get
and
what
that's
you're
fine,
saying.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you go from L.A. to Colorado. You got to take some time to get
Dude.
there.
Dude, I don't know if it's the routing from our agent or something. You know, sometimes you just get random gigs that make it that way. But we've done, literally 24-hour drives in the bus.
Right.
I mean, that gets.
That's a
Jeez.
pain in the ass, right?
Do you
right.
have a bed?
Yes, you do have a bed. Yeah.
Just making sure.
You have but it's like a coffin, really. Yeah.
Coffin.
Yeah.
I like that comparison.
It must be
you're
so
there and you're like-
unsettling, right?
It's quite weird, and I don't know. I just find that touring in Europe is just feels a lot less grueling.
What about the other countries?
Yeah, I mean, they're great.
They're great.
I love playing. I love playing here. I mean, I feel like yeah, when you go like to Asia and Australia and stuff, that's you usually have more days off and you can enjoy it a bit more, and it's a bit wilder.
Do Asians freak out over you?
They can, yeah. I mean, it can be pretty amazing, the love they give you. Like, it's pretty amazing actually. Like, you get presents and stuff. Like, Japan is wild. Like, I mean, they'll camp out for you.
Is Japan the craziest in terms of fan support?
It is. It used to be. I don't know if that's just due to success and stuff like that. But I think it's just changed a bit. That they're not so like there used to be this thing in Japan where they just loved English bands. They were just like obsessed with British bands. Like I knew everyone who just didn't do that well in the UK, like they do all right, and they'd be massive in Japan. It's a famous thing.
That's what I hear. Asia and South America, American bands do real well.
Oh yes, so South America. That's my favorite place to tour in the world. I mean, that is just.
Is it gorgeous?
And we did the Lollapalooza tour last year, which was just so fun because you tour with the same bands, and you get to know everyone.
You played Chicago for Lollapalooza?
I have done that, yeah. We have done that. It was very cool. My
hometown.
That's a great festival, actually.
It has become amazing.
Really
Grand
dug
Park,
that. And the lineup was insane.
Millennial Park.
We have a great festival in Alabama called Hangout Fest. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, what is that about?
It's on the beach, man.
You just kind of hang out? What do you guys do?
No, the Hangout is
That's
like
what
a
you do
spot.
all the time in the South anyways.
Duh.
Just hang out.
Exactly. Anyways.
The Hangout Fest.
I have a question for Luke.
Yeah.
I have a question for Adam. Just kidding. Sorry, Adam. Maybe one day.
One day.
No, just kidding. Luke, do you ever see your music? Would you ever like integrate it into more like electronic stuff, like lyrics?
Yeah.
Singing, yeah.
I would. I'm actually really. I've been so blown away recently at the sounds that these guys can make. These kids, like.
Yeah.
You know.
Like Joe last or the other night.
Yeah, I mean it's just crazy, right? And I'm really into it. It's not something I'm against. No. I mean it's just you just got to have chemistry with someone. You gotta make it work. And I've done some. I did some stuff with this guy Isom Innes from Foster the People.
Nice.
He's a fantastic producer, and we did some cool electronics. I think I was telling you the other night about it. Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe it wasn't me.
But I was saying to a few people there because someone asked me the same question. And I mean, what about you guys? Have you guys delved into that?
We haven't.
That's your thing, right?
I've always been a big fan.
Yeah.
Back when she did her raves.
Cool. Right.
She's a rave
Were you a
artist.
DJ?
Back when?
No, we have a DJ actually. He's going to be our. He's going to be our driver. DJ Microchip.
Yes, mate. Cool.
Yeah, we're really excited about him, and he's actually gonna be our driver for this little tour.
But does he DJ with you, or you mean he DJs before your set?
Before and after,
okay, cool.
yeah.
Keeps the crowd going.
Yeah, he's really got something good. I got a weird question. Can we hear something you're working on? Would that be cool? I have a guitar
totally.
here.
Yeah, I'd love to play something. Actually, I was gonna say to you, I got this song. Yeah, it's like completely just an idea.
Do it.
Oh yeah.
That maybe
we like ideas.
Tell me the lyrics.
I like ideas.
Oh, we can help with the lyrics.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you have the chords and everything?
Have you got a pick? Yeah, I've got.
Do we have a pick?
Have you got a pick? I do. Hold on.
I mean, see what you think. Cause like, so this is like, I'll just play it and then I'll.
All right, real quick.
Oh,
For the uneducated, which is me. What is
a pick?
No, I know what.
Well.
What do you have? So where are we at in what you're about to do? You have some lyrics.
I have like a verse and chorus basically, and then I just make up the words. But I just haven't really gotten there with the lyrics yet. Basically. I'll play it and you'll see what I mean.
I want to say I really wanted us to be a show that didn't ask a lot of the sort of pat questions, but I have a couple pat questions to ask. So when you get into some of these highly publicized relationships you've gotten into, do you write songs about that, or you keep it personal?
Oh, what, girls?
Yeah.
I have done, but I don't really talk about that. I think
you just
in
write
the sense
songs
that I
about
wouldn't
it?
be like that's about that girl. But I think songwriting is just this this thing where sometimes, like, I'm not. I have done that, but I'm not someone who tends to like choose. Right, I'm pissed off because someone like had a bad breakup. I'm gonna write a song about this girl.
Like Taylor?
Yeah, right, exactly.
I just saw Taylor Swift on the Graham Norton show. I never saw her talk. She's amazing. I have no lack of appreciation for her.
No, she's
very
incredible.
clever, isn't she?
Yeah, and she seems cool. And she was telling a story about inviting her fans over to her house for a listening party.
Oh wow, cool.
I'm not gonna say that on air.
What did you say?
Keep going, just keep going.
Just put your mouth on the mic and talk.
Says she doesn't want to date her.
Yep.
Do you not think she'd be quite high maintenance?
I feel like she's...
Like I do.
I don't know if you agree with this. We're a bit
Swift
older.
would be-
I
Gotta
don't
be
believe in high
something
maintenance
going on.
anymore.
I'd love to be her friend.
I'm past it. Yeah, being her friend seems.
I don't know. I'm
be
into
better.
ease.
Well,
Whatever's easy.
we have a guitar
Keep it
here,
easy.
Yeah.
and
Cool. Oh, hang on. That's.
how do we?
Can I just? Let me just. This is a bit
Mason, do we need to do anything special for this?
No, I can just put my mic there. You're gonna be helping with lyrics, aren't you, Sadie?
Are we doing lyrics on the spot?
So how do I?
Mason, is that right? Should we put a microphone by?
Sounds like my genre.
Can I take a picture of us all doing this? Is it cool?
Would you? Just gonna break my phone.
So what is
What
this?
is happening with you?
So what song is this called, or what is the
Dropping
theme of
everything.
this?
This song. Well, I think I should just play it. I don't have a title for it yet.
Nice.
I think that's maybe better. But you'll get the gist. I think. It goes like something like this. So this is like literally.
That first chord sounded like that song, Forgiveness. You know that song?
What song is that?
Saying you're sorry.
What is that? Friends Phoebe? No,
No.
Wedding Singer.
No, it's from
No.
the movie where the girl falls in, like
Damn
the
it,
fat guy
what
falls
is
in
it?
love with her, and then Amy Smart's in it.
Oh, Fat
Just Friends.
Just
How you doing,
Friends?
buddy?
I don't know what you're saying.
This is Lucy.
Hi Lucy, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Lucy's
we
gonna
live?
be the guest on the next episode.
Cool. Okay, cool. I'll play. I don't know what I'm supposed to be. Stuck inside a motor with a static TV. And feel me what you want. I'm just an animal. Yeah, I'm just a beast. But I don't know what I'm supposed to think about it all. We're just too beautiful to die. And I don't know what I'm supposed to see. So angry at the world, stuck looking at my static TV. So you feed me what you want, 'cause I'm just your animal. Am I just your beast? But I don't know what I'm supposed to think about it all. But all I know is you're too beautiful to die. To die.
Dang.
So it's something like that, yeah.
Well, I actually have a question.
I have a question.
I got 1,000 questions.
Was that about the mountain thing you talked about earlier?
No.
Damn it.
I couldn't tell what it was about, but what do you think motivates a songwriter to go there with a song? Like when you started going in those falsettos, like why does a songwriter hear that? Why do like what?
It's
while
very
you're in the,
high, yeah.
but what? I mean, it's beautiful. It's so unexpected. But what do you think motivated you to want to go that way with that melody?
Well, do you know what? It's like I don't always do that too. I just was like writing it, and it's like the key, and then I wanted to lift, and it just.
Well, I have a theory, by the
really
way.
think about
I do have a theory. I think that song sounds like one. It doesn't sound like you got the lyrics totally down yet. It sounds like you've just let go into it, like you've released into that song, and that's what organically flowed out of you was that melody. And it's just that singing is beautiful. Did you expect that?
Oh no! I mean, even the way you sing, it's like powerful, man.
So
powerful.
The way she moves her own way.
I mean, I don't. Does anyone ever comment on
Yeah,
that? Like,
Jesus, thank you.
Is this the song you love?
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a great.
I mean, does anyone ever comment on that? I mean, how you get into the lyrics? I mean, the way your just your movement when you sing something, it's like powerful. It's like, oh man, this guy believes everything he's saying.
Yeah, totally.
Has anyone
That's
ever?
That's a lovely comment. Thanks. I mean, I mean, people have sort of, commented a few things about my vocal, especially like when I'm in the studio.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like that. I mean, actually, with that song, I didn't record it, and the producer was kind of like, it's just. He was trying to get me to do it low, and like he was like, it sounds cool, but it's like maybe given too much sometimes. And I mean, it's a tricky one that I don't know where to take that song, which is kind of where I'm at with it. I mean, I could change the key.
I love the lyrics actually.
Cool.
Yeah, they're really cool.
I just thought the emotion behind the song was something that struck me.
That's what sold the lyrics to me.
Yeah.
That's what always.
It's powerful, man.
Yeah.
I would like to hear him do a Beatles song in honor of George Martin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So real quick before you do that, though, you were mentioned earlier that you were sad about George Martin. And
yes.
Why are you sad? And then maybe that could lead into a song where we really feel that emotion.
Are you not sad about George Martin?
I mean, no, not that sad. I mean,
Really?
I'm sad for the loss of life that means something to people.
Oh, I feel like it's a Bowie loss.
Kenny gets really sad
Bowie loss?
anytime a rock star
It's
dies.
a Bowie loss.
A Bowie loss. The fifth Beatle is a Bowie loss.
First of all, the fifth Beatle was Clarence. Do you guys know about this?
Jeez.
Clarence, the fifth Beatle, the saxophone
Your dog
player.
does not even believe you right now.
I have to show you all a video. I'm sure people out there in Meltdown Land know about this.
Well, listen. I mean, it's like someone you grow up with, the same as Bowie, but it's like with George Martin. I mean, the Beatles is like, it's just such a part of where I come from as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, it feels like a national loss to me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not the most patriotic person, by the way, but it just feels like, yeah, he just seemed like such an amazing guy. Like everyone you ever hear talking about him just loved him. Like really, it just seems like that, and he just created some of the most beautiful music of all time. And I mean, I think and he was the guy there who, if you really look at like the early Beatles, the way he really developed them, I mean, he was the guy. I mean, they would not have gotten that good without him.
Was he the guy that did the marketing for the Beatles? Who was the genius?
Brian Epstein.
It was Brian Epstein was the one.
Yeah,
right?
the manager. Yeah, who
kind of decided that one was going to be the cute one was going to be this introspective one was going to be the wild one.
I guess
it was so brilliant.
But also, I guess was it what's her name? The photographer, Stuart Sutcliffe's girlfriend.
Oh,
Edie.
they shot him when they were in Germany.
Edie?
No,
what's her name? Eddie.
I think Eddie Sedgwick.
No, it's not Edie Sedgwick. No, I'm getting mixed up. But the photographer who took all the early Beatles shots.
Yeah.
I think she styled them and stuff, but Brian Epstein like did some mad stuff. Like he faked the whole US thing, didn't he? Like he hired,
faked it. What do you mean?
He hired like a whole crowd to be at the airport that no one knew.
He did?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's
That's not real.
Crazy. Like he you could never get away with it now. He bought Beatles records to get them in the charts.
Wow. Do you know my dad
Was that
broke up
true?
with a girl because she did not like the Beatles?
I could see that.
Yeah.
He was like, "You don't like the Beatles? We can't be together." That's
I actually
That's
broke
really
up with
funny.
an engagement I had because the girl had never seen Star Wars.
Really? You were about to get
is really
engaged with a
shocking.
girl. She did not see Star Wars, and you ended it.
Actually, I went through the engagement. I rented a theater and I showed her the film on 35 millimeter, and she still didn't get it.
Wow. What were you missing before that? I mean, geez.
So much.
Yeah.
Well, I was in my 20s. I think you made a lot of bad decisions in your 20s, dating-wise.
Yeah.
Anyways, God bless her. Is there a favorite Beatles song that you have?
I've just seen a face. Just kidding. You can play whatever you want.
Hard
you guys
Day's
can
Night.
help me out.
Yeah, no.
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it nice, Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. And when I awoke, we talked until 2, and then she said,
Wait, I think we awoke first, right? Didn't we awake first? And then we went to bed? Thanks for picking the hardest song in the entire Beatles repertoire.
Is that me?
I was thinking like Day Tripper or, something simple.
Do you know one?
This is actually what I love so much about the Beatles, and I suspect is kind of what people really dig about your stuff, because the first thing I did when I heard your music is I wanted to go look up the lyrics and the melodies and try and figure out how to play some of that stuff, because I think you have some very classic
Look, you didn't
stuff
pick
going
that
on.
one.
I didn't.
Ironic, eh?
Keep on talking, Kenny.
Hey, is the number one question you get asked what the girl's name is, the model in the Bad Habit video?
No, I've never
She's
been.
very
Kenny's-
difficult to find. You've
Kenny's
never
so
been asked
I
that?
don't even know her.
The email
That-
about you coming in today
She's cool.
was, and if you don't know who he is, here's his video, because this girl's ass is
Epic.
Epic.
Sick.
But
Yeah,
she's
I-
hard
No,
to
it
find,
was
dude, but she's not
legend.
listening
It was
anymore. I looked her
legend.
up. You cannot
Dude,
find her.
The guy who made the film, basically, he just said, I didn't even meet him. He basically wrote to us and said, I really like the tune. He's a good filmmaker, of course. And he just
Terrible.
went, do you mind if I make a film for you guys? And we were like, yeah, sure, cool. And he just sent the video. We never...
What did you think of that? What did you think of it when
cool,
you
let's
saw
just
it?
put it out. And then
It actually seems very different than your other videos.
yeah.
So
yeah,
what
yeah.
did you guys think when you saw that? Because it's it's awesome because
I
of
thought it was
her,
cool.
but yeah.
I mean, it was it was. I thought, I mean, the video thing, man. We haven't. It's been a bit of a bug to bear for me. I felt not supering in a good. I don't know. I don't feel particularly good about our videos. Basically.
I was gonna say
That's
we have a
all,
green
so-
screen here, and when I was
Should
showing
we-
you some, I think we should just get you in front of the green screen, do something, and just
Yeah.
fuck
And just
with
put it out.
Just do something
Just
weird. and cool.
dinosaurs.
put it out.
Yeah. Dinosaurs.
That's what she said.
Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers. I'm in.
Well, by the way, did you want to hear Adam's rap?
Oh,
Yeah.
I am so into that.
I don't know about
I
that.
Dying to.
I mean, maybe we should change that for
Yeah, take whatever you want.
save that for another episode. We're gonna do this now.
Go, Adam.
What was I doing? What was my part of it?
Sorry, I just copied you.
I don't remember.
Just grab whatever's in there.
I think you start and Kenny will follow.
My lord.
Let
So,
go.
we have to do this.
You have to do this.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
Come
Come on, Adam. It needs to be out there.
It does need to be
It's
out
never
there.
been out there.
It's actually
Sadly.
been out there,
Okay, just kidding.
but not really.
Psych.
So, Sadie,
Hey,
how was your week?
just superb.
Yeah.
Superb. Trying to get ready for the tour.
No, it's not dead air. I'm really interested in what's going on with Sadie.
Thanks.
lately.
I'm really interested in your rap, Adam. So let's go.
All right. So this is a rap about my hometown in Cincinnati called Clifton. So visions of a place that trace back my roots. This lyrical showcase I lace with the truth and proof of a town that's different, very uplifting. I call it Clifton. So if you are tripping and don't understand me, you need to get a map. Check out Cincinnati. Now see the city. Now go a little north. Now you're on course to experience the source of unique energy by the university, which keeps me coming back to this tight community so I could see the family and the whole crew as we cruise through Ludlow Avenue or choose to use a street I once knew, like how we took wood through the Clifton School or the Rex Center, where I spent the time after class trying to invent the best clay creation or something to play with no record. There wasn't much to stay in, a more education you took to the streets. Peeps you could meet, usually down at Pete's, and eat cherry chans and lemon heads. Skyline is a spot where we'd stay fed, or pizza at Uno's, or somewhere you're used to graters, frishes, and even the Proud Rooster is where I choose to nourish our body, especially after a late night party or soiree where inhibitions are freed. Cook mac and cheese with Steve, cause he's about to leave and he's down to freeze. I seize the opportunity to be the goalie and abuse infuse. I'll never lose when I'm manning the two. Who's next to contest this fresh lyrical ice cream like UDF? I bet the next step in the quest is at the Fruce Pool where it's time to get wet, unless a request is made to go up to support the co-hosts I know. Up at Meadows, I will tell ya much love to all the females and fellas that I grew up with, definitely trusted, skated at Dio's and never got busted. I must have gotten all of y'all to fall, especially when you asked, who is Cheval? I recall ripping constantly on a Frank, a Frog, and even a Beeve, but please see that no one was free. There wasn't much in need, you could all get teased. I leave that topic for a time. Remember sneaking out at St. John's, you find kids are like mine, inclined to drink wine like Wild Irish Rose or liquor of any kind, just trying to indulge in little fun when you are young. This is action, so come see this urban neighborhood. Go from Mount Storm down to Burnett Wood. I should also mention Solway, where we played say soccer in the valet of a creek called Mill, where the chemicals spill from Procter and Gamble, who still will kill the environment. I'm trying to get inspired with visions of enlightenment. Old bonds I tighten it. I like it when we all went down to Tangermans and when they resurrected the Esquire back again. Upsetting when Busy Bee had to pack it and a kid broke his arm. Half might with dismantling veterans and know it's special when kids get together and start remembering days of when we used to spend hoping they would never end. I paint a verbal picture for those of you who never been, except been in a realm, thought and vivid images of those I miss. I insist the love is limitless. I could begin a list to assist your memory. Instead, I'll bless this mic to give you clarity. To me, Clifton Roots is all that matters. Peace, one love to my man Jason Hacker. It's like that. It's like this. Thank you. I didn't miss.
Bam!
Yeah, I don't know. I think we did it better the other night.
Why
but
did it seem so much longer the other night?
I may have skipped a verse. I have no idea.
That's amazing.
There you go. Thank you.
Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Thank you,
Hey,
Adam.
thank you, man.
Damn.
That was great.
Yeah, that's so I've never recorded. I've never done anything. So
So, that's just natural.
Yeah, it's
Born
just all
that
natural,
way,
and
whatever.
it could have sucked. But hey,
It
So I want to
didn't.
ask, as we're sort of
Thank you.
wrapping
Love
our little
you.
session up here, what is
Real.
it that you like about just being in America? What inspires you here?
You know what? It's sorry.
No, you're fine.
So I should just take these off. What I like about being in America is sort of hard for me to pinpoint. I think part of me likes just being away from some of the pressures I have maybe in other places. I feel quite America's the kind of place I think it's it's easier for you to be like, I'm just doing me. I'm just doing my thing. It's a kind of mentality thing that I think I like about being here. I just like the people I know here as well. I just
Is the press kind to you in Europe?
Yeah and no. It's partly that. I don't know if it's a press thing. I mean,
Are people mean there? I've been once, and I wore a turquoise baby fat matching top and bottom suit,
Yeah, I would have made fun of you too for that. Is that, is
No,
that where you're
okay,
leading with
it
this?
was when they were popular, and my mom got it for me, and it was comfortable, and I was on a flight for however many hours it was.
what
and
happened?
what happened? They didn't
Off
let
the
you
plane.
in.
Everybody there wears black
They
and
call you a
white.
Smurf.
It's like New York times 1,000.
So what happened?
Everybody stared.
That's
You're-
it. That's the meme.
Yeah, I didn't wear color the rest of my trip.
We're quite, in London, it's great, but we're quite conserved people. We just.
Have you had a
Everyone
chance to
looks
just kind of go
down.
on your own and try and travel, like go to Wyoming, go to South Dakota, go to all those places?
No.
It seems like I feel like if you got exposed to that
Yeah,
part
why
of our
don't you
country,
go? Why don't you go right in like a tropical location or somewhere you've always wanted to go?
or a shithole.
It hasn't worked for me before.
No?
I tried it in India, and I had the best time. I went on my own for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't write if I went.
He
on
was
vacation.
And I
partying.
didn't write anything.
Did you
Well,
go
I
to
didn't
an
even
ashram
party
in
that
India?
hard.
Really?
I
What'd
just
you do?
smoked a lot of hash.
Oh,
That's I think what he
It was
means.
brilliant.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Hey, that's what
partying.
my mic stands
That's a
on.
party to me.
Okay. To me, that's just chilling out. Right?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I
just like-
finally got a
I don't
dope
even
thing.
smoke
This is
weed.
my little dope container.
Is
It's
it?
weed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Weed, whatever.
Yeah, what do you guys think
Um,
about the medical marijuana over here?
Oh, we talked about that hanging out.
We did. It's way too strong. I mean, you guys are insane.
Really?
I can't smoke it at all.
I can't smoke it. I mean, I like hash and I like some, bush weed or like Jamaican weed. Great, but that
To go to
stuff
sleep.
is just like weird. It sends me very paranoid.
Doesn't
very
inspire the
anxious.
writing.
Well, when I was younger, I guess to a degree, I used to like. I quite like because I think when you're a bit stoned, listening to music is one of the greatest things of all time.
Oh.
In fact, if no one's ever done it, one thing you got to do all the time.
Jeff Buckley?
All the time. What?
Just get
Just
high and
let
listen
him
to
finish.
Jeff Buckley. What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that. But
I was all into
well,
it,
I
and
was
then you
gonna
mess
say,
it up with Jeff Buckley.
It's a little bit more. It's a little bit like of a weird tangent, but I'm sure people understand. But if you get some good headphones covering
yeah.
your ears, yeah, and you play vinyl of like something
Yeah.
like Dark Side of the Moon or like Harvest or like After the Gold Rush, one of these kind of like records that are really the sonics are really deep, and you play it on vinyl when you're a bit stoned on headphones on your own, and I mean that's just
Another
like
world.
going to another planet. That's wicked. So I do like sometimes when I work on the computer like Logic, when I'm sort of doing my version of mixing or arranging, I do quite like to have it. Does quite inspire like some weird. You can do some stuff that maybe you wouldn't do if you weren't. But I'm not a big. I like to work.
Have you ever
sober.
performed high?
Oh yeah, God yeah. You
I could
joking?
never do that. I freak
That's
out.
some very.
You drink like a bottle before we start.
That's not high.
That's lit.
I mean,
That's not the same thing.
I've
You
been
can handle it though. You're good.
no.
absolutely. I mean, not for years, but I've been off my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? I mean, when was that? What show was that?
One of the first.
We used to, I mean, when we started out, man, we used to have like lines of coke on the bass cab, Like,
Oh
No,
my
I
God.
mean
wanna do
like,
coke.
I mean like, no, you don't. Kenny, stop talking about drugs. I swear, every like
It's
time we
horrible,
try to
it's horrible.
record a
Really?
song, Kenny's like, cocaine. Can we do
I mean,
cocaine?
Hey,
I did have a weird. The second time I ever took acid. Actually, should we talk about this or not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you want to,
Yep.
it's going to
No,
be
I
out
don't, I
there.
don't mind. I
We
don't
do a
mind.
good cover version of Jackson Brown's Cocaine.
Do you want us to
Oh, cool.
bleep it out, or are you good with it? If
Do you
you're
wanna sing
good
in
with
the
it, we're good
background
with
while
it.
he's doing it?
I don't really mind. I mean,
All right, so you did acid.
Quite, I'm a bit. To be honest, I'm a bit of an advocate for every drug. to be
Expanding the
legal anyway.
mind?
I just think it's crazy that it's
Yeah,
not
it is ridiculous, huh?
just education and
It is
yeah.
ridiculous that it's not legalized.
completely insane.
The DuPont family, fuck them.
Hey, it's just the maddest thing. Like we're born on the planet, and then all of a sudden they tell us like you can't.
Don't
I-
use this. Don't.
I
use
don't, I
this.
get like thou shalt not murder and things, but like what are you talking about? I can't if I want to. Anyway, but it's very weird to me.
So you're-
it's a very strange concept, making things illegal that potentially should be viewed as a disease as well if people have problems with it, rather than locking them up.
Right.
It's mad.
No,
It's like
absolutely.
complete madness. Anyway, but yeah, one of the funny stories from in the day was me and Hugh did he's the guitar player, Hugh Harris, and we went to this festival. I think it was the first year or second year that they did it. It's called Secret Garden Festival. It's really cool. It was like a good one back in the day, and it was during this set like they gave me acid, and I thought it was just an E tab. 'Cause I just didn't see the guy just put it in my mouth. That was pretty.
So what
weird.
happened?
Well,
How was
yeah,
what
yeah,
But
happened?
it took a while to. Well, it just. Yeah, I had a really beautiful experience.
Tell us every second of it. What
You
happened?
didn't freak out.
So I obviously didn't come up until I got off stage, but like the guy, I just think had an E. So
That's awesome.
I love, or X, you guys call it. Yeah. So I'm like cool, and then it just started getting a bit more visual. And I booked a car to take me back to London because my mum was having like a family dinner, so I was like,
Oh, my
the
Lord.
next day, yeah. So I'm like, oh, shit, I haven't seen like my family in like months. I was like, I should go back, And I booked the car at like 5 a.m. or something. So I'm starting to like, basically like the whole place is just breathing like this mad thing. So I've got face paint all over me. I get in the car with the driver in the front seat, who I end up just talking this madness to and seeing like the most beautiful sunset of my life. It was just utterly brilliant. Got back to London in an hour, and I swear, so I went downstairs to my room and I put on a candle, and I just saw like universes being born, and I just and I thought there was like 4 minutes had gone by. And it was like 5 hours. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I mean, literally, it was.
Is there a
Imagine
song
seeing
about that?
nebulas being
Have you
created.
written about this? Have you written about it?
No.
You need to write this.
I mean, it inspires you. I mean, like sometimes maybe you pull some of the imagery in your head, but
I do feel that's something that's a missing link for me, is I never did any of that.
I mean, I want to hear
I don't know
about
if I
universes
believe
coming
you.
from candlelight. I mean, that is amazing.
But I also
But it was like-
believe that you can see that stuff with an enlightened consciousness too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. But
Get there
there's
quicker
also
on drugs.
yeah, you get there quicker.
Yeah.
but
Not that I know.
I've only ever done it twice. To be honest, I'm not. But I didn't expect it to be like that. What's amazing with it is you just can fascinate on this one really simple thing, like a tap. Like Pete was telling me about when my friend was telling me about the trip he had was just about this tap and the dripping, and it's just like color. I mean, it takes the veil away of like seeing how unbelievably. Because I guess like if you were to see that all the time, you just
too
look everywhere
much.
and go, it's just so beautiful. Wow.
Well, which is actually interesting, and to kind of tie it back to what you were talking about, the
Yeah.
song that you recently wrote about the environment and how we're screwing it all up.
Yeah.
I mean, you can sit there, actually appreciate everything that is around you,
Yeah.
and then know that even those little things are at risk, right? We talk about water, the tap. You talk about Flint, Michigan. I don't know if I'm going
Flint,
totally
wow.
deep,
Wow.
but
Way
here-
to
Nobody
talk
need
show
that.
host it just now.
yeah,
That
but
was
hey, but
amazing.
I
seriously,
keep hearing
Let's
about
talk
it.
about Flint,
Wow.
Michigan.
no, but you
Let's not.
talk about the water, you talk about everything's at risk, and then here's a guy, he's appreciating just tap water. Tap water is
Yeah.
not even, you can't even drink it anymore. You can light it on fire in some
I drink
places.
What about Los
Well,
Angeles? like
here it's
these-
okay.
Not really.
The fact the water's gonna run out in like
It's pretty much gone.
No, we got El Nino,
Hasn't
man.
it completely gone? Yeah, I keep
Yeah.
hearing about
El
it.
Niño
Certain
to the
places in
rescue.
California. I don't know. I think about that too. It seems like we're kind of close to the end of something.
We are.
But then if you go a bit deeper on it, you just think, well, like we're just this. If you look at it like we're part of the planet, we're like this organism from the planet. It's like domino effect. But then, so we can't really blame. It's like you can't really blame like certain people. It's just like that's just the organism we are. But then.
You mean that it's divine order that this is supposed to happen?
Not divine order. I'm saying that if you look at human beings like a blood cell on the planet within an organism.
thought you were gonna
I'm
say
just saying if
bloodsucker.
you do, then
if
you
one
can't.
does.
If
As you do.
yeah, it's got a bit silly. Sorry.
So, anyways,
We're
I know
getting
what- I know
pretty
what you're saying.
deep.
Kooks, when are you putting this album out?
Hey, dog, shut up.
And is the new name really going to be Future Kooks?
I don't
I
think there's a
think
new
we-
name.
He said
I
that's the
think
new
that could be
name.
the
No,
new
I
name.
think he was being like facetious in the moment of like
I know, that's why I
little
said, is it
podcast. I mean,
really?
I
Future Cooks is a pretty cool name.
Future Cooks.
Cooks?
Cooks. That's my Chicago accent coming out.
So when are we getting the new stuff, man?
Let me ask this question for the
When are we
fifth
getting
time.
the rap, man?
Hey,
When are you releasing the rap?
When you feature me on your album.
Oh, there you go.
Come on, you got a blue check on
We
Twitter,
might-
buddy.
we just finished, man. We just finished the album.
What does the blue check on Twitter mean?
It means he's
You're-
official.
It means you're the real deal.
Oh, the blue check.
Does
got
that,
the-
does that mean something? Do you-
Yes.
Yes.
What is that?
It means you're not the like.
Obviously, Kenny
verified.
doesn't
You
have
can
one.
open a Twitter account or start a Twitter account
For
that
the Kooks?
says the Kooks. But if you don't have the blue
You have to
check,
be
that means you're not
verified.
verified.
Who verifies it?
Twitter.
Twitter's not a person.
This man is not only his band is not his band is verified, but he's verified.
Oh, I have a question. Sorry, before we wrap this up. Do
Right,
have a-
you know that,
is there,
right?
Like, is
Yeah,
there a
we-
social media team around you, or what do you
No,
guys do?
but
was
I'm
there?
terrible.
Was there?
How'd you get verified then, Mister? No
Somebody
team
had to do
around you.
that.
I don't know. I'm rarely on social media. I might get more into it when I'm.
I like it. I like social media.
Yeah,
I'm
you do.
old. It's a thing for old people. So there's not a team now. That I mean, you have a management company,
Yeah.
but there's no.
We were thinking of getting some people to get involved in it, but right now we just do ourselves. Just post stuff that we want to post. I mean,
I love the Louis C.K. model where he's booking his own venues, he's built his own empire, and it's his own thing. I think it's amazing.
He's such a dude, that guy.
Such a dude.
Yeah.
That stuff he said about Trump, amazing.
Yeah, I read that the other day. That was
Anything anybody says about Trump?
Probably the best I've seen since.
I think
It's not
Trump's done.
positive?
I think it's over.
No,
Do you think
he
so?
just
Not
won
yet.
Michigan.
Oh. I don't watch a lot of TV.
But it's close with, is it Ted Cruz is the closest with him? Or is it Rubio?
So embarrassing who we have here.
Yeah, let's
but
not
then
go there.
Rubio and
Ugh.
Cruz don't look like presidents either. It's weird.
No, they don't even look like car salesmen here.
But that was.
They're like
Yeah.
gym teachers. They look like gym teachers. Creepy gym teachers.
But Louis C.K. was genius. He's like, who else have we had with a floppy hairdo and who was funny and had a little moustache? I mean,
Right.
he just put it very well, didn't he?
So you just recently had a birthday, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
and you've thanked your fans for that,
When
right?
was it? What are you, a
I got
Pisces?
some nice. Yeah, I am. Pisces.
So
So
what?
is Lucy.
Oh, cool.
What
What a-
our friend Lucy's here.
What does Brit
Fellow
break
Pisceans.
Hello,
catfish
Lucy.
mean?
Huh?
Brit break catfish.
Oh, that's my friends in Catfish and the Bottlemen.
See.
Awesome band, and they were.
What
trying
is
to get-
it?
they were-
Oh yeah, I was
One
going
more
to.
time?
Are you producing a lot of bands? Is that something you've done?
No, I have done a few productions, but I haven't done any recently. I mean, I will probably try and do that. I don't know if I'd be the best producer. I think maybe, but
I feel like there's so much more you have left to say as an artist.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
seems like there's not. You're a long way away from doing that.
yeah.
Yep, got a long
well-
way to go, Luke.
I know, long way to go.
Hey, don't lose your crazy. Does that sound familiar?
That does. Why are you looking at my
Why are you
Twitter?
looking at Twitter? What are you doing?
Because I'm making sure you're verified, man.
Don't lose your crazy. That's probably just when I was.
That got 609 likes,
your sign say?
557 retweets, dude.
Which-
You're verified.
verified, dude.
Oh, something about crazy, right? Does it
That's
say-
what I thought. That's why I'm asking.
Leave your crazy at the door.
Yeah, there you
Is that what you wrote?
No, in front of my house, it used to have a sign that said "Truth is here, stay away no more," and I used to leave my door open.
It's
if
in a
somebody wanted
song,
to cheer.
too.
It's one of our songs, yeah. Well, listen, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah,
it was
Luke.
really
Thanks,
cool.
It's been really.
Kind of forgot we were doing a radio
really
show.
nice. It's been cool. I never.
Where's
you
the
know,
pizza?
It's
Never
coming.
gets to
Fresh Brothers is coming. I got a text. I was checking it.
I'm hungry. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
But we appreciate you doing this, and I think it's amazing to see your sort of persona as a rock star, and then to get to know you, because you
Right.
seem so humble and very unaware of that part of it, which
yeah,
I think is
cool.
amazing, and I think that's going to keep you as a very happy person.
Yeah, like we got in the car the other night, and Kenny was like, "So Luke, I mean, he was cool. He's in this band called the Kooks. Though I've never heard of him." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, do you?
Well,
I
thanks a
want to
lot,
actually
yeah.
ask that. Is that important to you that people here are aware of it? I mean, what's important to you now with that? Because you've already gotten on the other side of the hill with it. Like you're at the top of the mountain. With
Yeah,
that
it's
stuff.
it's not super important to me. I mean, I think I'm gonna do well and stuff like that. I want people to hear my music. I want to keep making beautiful music, but I certainly, I'm not so. I'm just not really into the pats on the back anymore. I used to be, and it really destroyed my mind, being so into that. So I don't really long for the mass appreciation, because you don't. I don't really believe you need other people to do that for you. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a
Yeah.
bit of an obvious thing to say, but it's like, everyone, of course I'd love to win a Grammy. I'm not going to be like, I wouldn't go to the awards and like, say fuck you, I don't want a Grammy. But I'm just saying, it doesn't mean you need that,
Start.
So I just I don't know about these pivotal moments that people have in their musical life, and for me, I'm just in that place where I'm not thinking about that stuff. I just
Do you think you've hit that moment already where you did what you set out to do?
no, not at all. Do you mean musically? I mean,
don't
I
know,
feel like
there
good
came
about
there,
what I've
there-
done.
For
but-
me, there came a point in my career where I just couldn't keep making. I was a filmmaker, and I just
Yeah.
kept doing the same thing
Yeah.
over and over again, and it just
Right.
became 20 years into it. I was like, I don't know what else to do. It's so
Yeah,
you get so
yeah.
excited about an idea, then there's 2 years of hell,
Yeah.
and then you get celebrated for it,
Well-
then it's over, and then you start again.
I honestly think I really nearly got to that point. Like you were telling me the other night about the story, which I found really inspiring actually. And I really nearly got to that point where things like all everything around me started to like possess me rather than the other way around. And I was the same as you. I was like I felt like I kept redoing the same kind of songs. For me, it took like basically meeting Inflow, the guy who produces us now, he really helped me out because he just like, he's the kind of producer. He just he's a really close friend as well now. But he just comes in and he just like gets inside your mind, like trying to help why you do what you do, and he gave a bit more meaning to what I did.
Will you play something before we wrap up? We play us one more?
Yeah, sure.
Do you guys
all right,
mind?
no, I want to hear it.
Luke plays one more.
I would love for Luke to do it, but Luke, real quick, before you do take us out, because that will be the last thing on the show. What do you prefer? I mean, can fans get in touch with you? Can they tweet at you? I mean, what is it what do you prefer?
Because
what
you are verified on Twitter.
and what should they
do
look?
what Taylor Swift did and just let him all over to his house.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Yeah, that would be funny. I actually did a gig in my next door pub, which was hilarious.
My next door pub.
Was it
I
packed?
live next door to a pub. Yeah, it was hilarious.
I thought it was.
It's actually really funny. We put it out that we were going to do it, about 3 hours before, and like Kiss Radio or something like picked it up, and so there was 2,000 people turned up for a free gig. And it's a pub, 100 people, like not even that. It was hilarious.
Did you actually get through the
Shut down.
set?
Huh?
You got through the set?
No, the police came. Yeah.
It was your Abbey
old
Road
Bill
moment, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool.
It was amazing. Yeah.
So where can people find you? I want to know. What,
I've been
Kooks.com?
looking at his Twitter the whole time.
That's me, not the.
He's got to say it. Say it, Luke.
Oh yeah, where
Come
can
on.
people find you?
Well, my at Luke Kook or at the Kooks Music.
Nice.
You can find
Bam.
us.
And then when can people expect new music out?
I don't know yet. Probably September, October. I would say.
Can we hear a second of you doing a Ray Davies tune?
Yeah. God, I don't know. I haven't got these down.
Just like a first verse or something. I'd love to hear that.
Thank you for the days. Those end. Oh God, I can't remember any. This is bad.
Adam, you're asking me
Way
to
to
do
go,
what now?
Kenny.
You want me to do what now?
Thank you.
Sign
Say thank
out.
you so much for listening to the Pistol and Dagger Society, brought to you by Meltdown Comics here in Hollywood, California. Luke, thanks for being an amazing guest.
Yeah, thanks,
I actually
Luke.
kind of forgot we were doing this and just started listening to him talk and get into what we were doing. I think that's probably a good sign, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyways, Sadie Mae, thanks for being awesome as always. Adam and back there Mason on the soundboard.
Produced and engineered.
Do you want
But
to
yeah,
hear an old song?
Duh.
Yeah, you play us out with an old song.
Actually, will you please cover? Wait, no, time out. Will you cover Kids?
I can't. You know what? I can't. I have not got that in
Damn
my head
it.
anymore. But you
Okay.
could do it.
She moves her own way.
I could do that.
Okay.
Or I could. Yeah.
Or naive.
Are you going to sing, Sadie?
Negative. Luke's here. Why in the world would I? I don't know all the words. That's why.
Do you want She Moves Her Own Way? Who likes cooler?
Huh? I like it.
So at my show on Monday, I was hoping someday you'd be on your way to better things. It's not about your makeup, how you share shape to those tiresome paper dreams. Paper dreams, honey. So now you pour your heart out, telling me you're far out, not about the light down for your cause. So you don't pull my strings, 'cause I'm a better man, moving on to better things. But oh, I love her because she moves in her own way. But she came to my show just to hear about my day. And at a show on Tuesday, she was in her mindset and the first unspangled boots. Her looks are deceiving, make you believe it. And those tiresome paper dreams, oh, paper dreams, honey, yeah. So won't you go far, tell them you're a keeper, not about the light down for your cause. So you don't pull my strings, 'cause I'm a better man, moving on to better things. But I love her because she moves But back or down to the suburbs. Oh. But I love her because she moves in her own way. But she came to my show just to hear about my day. Yeah, I love her because she moves in her own way. But she came to my show just to hear about my day. Woo!
It's amazing.
Thank you very much. That's an old song.
Thank you so much, and thanks for listening to the Pistol and
Oh, you're
Dagger
kidding.
Society,
What a
presented by
pleasure, you guys
Meltdown
are
Comics.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Roll Tide.
So you bought a car, and now you can't afford to buy anything else. Did you know? You don't have to be stuck paying a high interest rate on your auto loan. At Westcom, you may be able to refinance your car loan to a lower rate. Westcom is member-owned, so we have great rates, which means buying a set of wheels doesn't have to put you on the road to regret. Check out our great rates at westcom.org. Certain restrictions and conditions may apply. Loan approval subject to credit and income evaluation. 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 Evaluation.